So, let's level with Bevel, shall we? What do we got? It would seem you Spiffies have made up your mind with a total of 151 votes, 87% of which sentencing Bev Try Thinking to become a jester in the Order of the Sillies. Well, Bev, I do hope you enjoy your stay. Next up, the top 5 comments on that video. Okay, Google girl, you wanna do the honors?
Hi Ragical, sure thing. Rennie Baby has a doozy of a comment. She says, isn't the whole point of using the level is to check how level something is? Doesn't it defeat the purpose of the level by adding water to make it level? In what world does that actually make sense? Bev's magical snow globe, with interchangeable night skies, like a kiddie night light with all the constellations projected on the ceiling. Wait, I just came up with an idea to show Earth rotation. Stick a camera on the outside of one of them things and show how from that angle the stars don't move. The ball does, and only from outside the globe does it look like any of them are moving. Minus the massive evidence of star trails, and you can literally track a star's movement yourself real easily at night. Ursa Major and Ursa Minor for Northern Hemisphere people, and watch them rotate around your head.
Well, what can I say? You just debunked the entire Flat Earth community with that comment.
She sure did. Oh, Ragical, you take this one.
What do you mean I take this one? Scythe DK? Mixing Imperial units and real units. Flerf's gonna flerf. But why did I have to do that one? Wait, don't tell me. You can't pronounce his name.
Yes, I can.
Well then do it.
I don't wanna.
Suspicious.
No, you.
Come on, just try it.
Ugh, fine. CYPHDK.
Oh no, it's Scythe DK. Oh well, let's move on.
You're mean.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Anyway, Eric Hare says, he is 1 kilometer plus 37 feet below the bottom of the barrel.
And the funny thing is, Bev is still digging.
He's gonna fall out of the bottom of his flat earth. I dare you to subscribe, says, I, Level Earth Observer. Pointing out the pantomime details in the pantomime model in his usual pantomimal pantomime Jerry Lewis pantomime pantomimal pantomimal pantomime style.
Did you have some trouble there, Google girl?
Stop it, I can't read non-word words. It's not my fault.
Okay, fair enough. In a way, it's actually funnier that you did it this way, because, you know, Level Earth Server doesn't make any sense anyway.
No, he does not, with his stupid graphs that are flat. What else would they be, ye numpty? Last but not least, we have Edward Nave. He says, the water level they try to seek is the gravitational equipotential once the water in connected tubes are at equilibrium. The level they seek need not be completely flat in 2D. It just needs to be insane gravitational potential, and it can just be similar to curvature of the Earth that the flerfs always fail to debunk, let alone all the things the flerfs either fail to debunk either, or avoid like plague, while projecting their avoidance to everyone else, and being drunk in their false superiority.
Gravitational potential. They basically think they can put an Earth in the laboratory, you know, so... This entire comment by you, Edward, is way out of their league, and it was an awesome comment at that.
Yes, it was. Now go kick this Mitchell from Upside Down Land around. I don't like him making fun of SciManDan's name. Bye bye, Ragical.
Oh, definitely. I'll see you around. Well, let's see if our favorite Dan... Not you git.
But I think we're a little past the coincidence stage here.
No, Mr. Pratt. There is no coincidence. You are not the Dan we're looking for. No one is looking for you. Alright, stop that. Silly.
What do you get?
So, before I was rudely interrupted, our SciManDan, who got his name changed to SciManDan by Mitchell from Australia. Oh no, how original and mature. But hey, what can we expect from an Australian flat earther of all things? I mean, an Aussie flerf? What is that even? It's like denying your own damn existence.
Momentary pause for reasons.
Yes, Ross. You don't exist. Ross? Flat Earth Aussie Jesus? You're right there. Well, shit. I might have broken good old Ross by blowing his mind or causing some kind of existential crisis. He'll be fine. Good thing Scotty Storm is... No. Oh, for fuck's sake, can someone keep Mr. Pratt and the two Aussie flerfs in the dungeon for now? I prefer not to be interrupted by that redneck and the two bogans. Anyway, now of course Dan doesn't need my help in handling this low-level Mitchell from Australia flerf,
Yep, that's the general gist of it.
but at the same time, he's also not worth Dan's time. And that is where I come in. He deserves all the mockery he's gonna get, and I'll be sure to slap him around for a bit for all his unscientific and nonsensical claims. And heck, maybe even some of Dan's magic will rub off in terms of kinda catch them views, eh? Now prepare yourself, Mitchell. This is gonna hurt. Quite a bit.
Okay, to start with, Mitchell wants us to take him seriously, but even though he's got the knowledge to capitalise the country he lives in, he doesn't seem it necessary to put a capital letter at the start of his name.
I'm Mitchell from Australia, and this is the end of SciManDan. Now, we've all seen star trails, and this is claimed to be caused by Earth rotating, which I've already thoroughly debunked, because when viewing stars in the inertial reference frame, they should not move.
How is that so? And how are you going to leave the Earth's reference frame? Is it with that fancy quadcopter of yours? Pretty sure that doesn't go into space. Mind you, if that is the case, well, please continue.
But rather than have a bit of humility and concede this is true, SciManDan
Got him.
has now claimed we can see star rotation from the ISS, which he is now going to have to concede that that is a fraudulent claim.
Ah, I see. Because the ISS is outside the Earth's reference frame, but still orbiting the Earth at a 90-minute interval. And Mitchell, doesn't that mean it has its own rotational reference frame? Blimey, I guess that is your debunking of SciManDan already debunked. Come on, lad, don't be that easy. You gotta play a little bit hard to get.
Because I'm about to show how fake this image is on so many different levels.
Levels. That word is too damn ironic for a flerf such as yourself to use. But I'll allow it in this case, because it's kind of hilarious. What do you mean I'm being too lenient? But he's an Aussie flerf. The most silly form of flerf due to their geographical location? Fine. Watch out, Mitchell. Ragical is already done with your shenanigans.
But firstly, we do not even need to go into this image to prove that anything from space is fake.
Ha, neat. The good old bait and switch. Debunking an image by not addressing the image, but going on about unrelated gish-galloping horseshit. Hey, carry on, Mitchell. I bet you learned from the best flerfs,
The Glober's goal here is to give us a red herring to argue if star trails are even possible from the ISS.
Yeah, hey, isn't that your entire argument? I mean, basically arguing if star trails are possible from the ISS. That is kinda the entire point of your supposed debunking SciManDan here, right? Oh wait, SciManDan. Ah, come on, Mitchell. That even sounds quite unfunny if you say it out loud. And it's kid stuff.
Because anything from space is a second law of thermodynamics violation.
Oh hi, Mitchell from Oakley University. The very same man who claims we live in an atmospheric pressure system. Well, it is in fact an atmospheric pressure gradient. They are not synonymous. In fact, they are quite different from each other. But do go on, Nathan. Mitchell.
Violating a natural law is not possible.
Yep. Good thing nothing is being violated. Well, apart from our brains with the dipshittery on display by each and every flat earther on this rock we call home. Or should I say, this big old ball of fun. Can't really properly believe I don't do puns and I'm not even sorry!
Space is claimed to be a vacuum, and the air we breathe here on Earth would absolutely increase in entropy and fill the available space.
And that is only true if the atmosphere was pressurized, then it would indeed require a container, but somehow, for some odd reason, it's a pressure gradient, which just so happens to gradually decrease based on your altitude. How strange, almost as if there is something causing that. I can't quite put my desert file on that.
Gravity! Have you ever heard of fucking gravity?
Oh no, Mitchell, now what? I pulled the desert file card.
Gravity!
So we already know that this image is faked, but the vast majority of people are not yet at this understanding.
Presupposing something is fake, or should I say...
CGI.
Thanks, Creaky. And by presupposing this, you go on to debunk something which you haven't yet, by anything unrelated to the picture, which you got so damn wrong, it actually hurts.
Because most people still believe they are firmly on a rotating globe flying through space.
They are firmly on a rotating globe flying through space? I think you meant to say most people still believe firmly they are on a rotating globe flying through space. Or perhaps most people still believe they are firmly planted on a rotating globe flying through space. Well, it would seem you actually won up normal flerfs as an upside down flerf there. I mean, that was upside down flerfing, right?
And that is who SciManDan is targeting with this fraudulent image.
Yeah, so basically his target audience is normal people. Also, you say it's a fraudulent image. Are we gonna get to the point where you're gonna prove this? I mean, you were going on about this for quite some time. Well, apart from taking an entire detour through Oakley land, I mean, what are you doing? What are we doing? Or I dare say, why are we doing?
So I'm going to break it right down for those people. The ISS is claimed to be falling around the Earth.
Well, yes, technically that's what's happening, but that no one says it like that. It's an orbit around the Earth. I mean, oh my god, you're just trying to twist word to make it sound ridiculous? Is that what you're doing, flerf? Because if that is the case, we are onto you. I've dealt with flerfs like you before, you know. You're not that special. Well, in a way you are. You are upside down as a flerf. Oh boy.
This is not controlled flight or trajectory. It's definitely not in lockstep with the claimed rotation of the Earth. Like globers say that planes, balloons, and drones are.
Well, it is still kinda within the atmosphere because it is also slowing down and needs boosts from time to time to keep its orbit. But this drag is so minor, it is not actually within the atmosphere like planes, balloons, and quadcopters are. Don't call it a drone, it's not a drone. Stop it.
There is no doubt that the ISS is not in the rotating reference frame of the Earth.
No, because it has its own reference frame. It's just in orbit, buddy. What exactly is your point here? Because your point is being nullified by what you're saying. Are you even aware of what you're saying? Well, I know he's not aware of what he's saying. He's just making noises. Australian noises. No offense to Australians, but, you know... You guys probably hate these guys as well, right? Because he's basically claiming you guys don't exist. You're all paid actors.
It is in the inertial reference frame. Globers claim that star rotation is due to Earth rotation.
No, they don't. Star rotation on the Earth is due to the Earth rotating. Star rotation on the ISS is due to the ISS rotating. You wanna know what else? If you are on another planet, there's still star rotation because they spin. I mean, would you expect star rotation on Mars, for instance, be dependent on the rotation of the Earth? I mean, that's basically what you're saying here. Look at it like this. We are orbiting the Sun while rotating on our axis. The ISS is orbiting us while rotating on its axis. You starting to see the pattern here, boy?
But the ISS is not in the rotating reference frame, so the ISS should never, ever see any stars moving.
Oh my, you don't understand. Not that I had any hopes or anything, but you know. Bye. I'll be right back.
It's in the inertial reference frame, remember? So seeing any star trails from the ISS is absolutely impossible.
Apart from you not understanding that the actual ISS is rotating on its axis while orbiting the planet, I mean, that's basically what the orbit is. It's always pointing down towards the planet with its bottom side. Oh boy, what the fuck is Riley doing here? He actually ranks below Pratt, and you bring him up as some kind of reference? That's not gonna help you. I mean, you already referenced Nathan Oakley, and he also ranks below Pratt. I mean, he is a titular member, after all, of the Order of the Sillies. Mostly for being absolute fake flat earther.
Right, Sleeping Warrior?
SciManDan, you cannot have circumpolar star trails from the ISS when they're in the inertial frame of reference. That's the thing that proves the Earth is turning. Because when you're turning on the Earth, we're told that the Earth is turning, that gives us circumpolar star trails. When you get off the Earth, even just by a few centimetres, that's supposed to stop.
Oh, I see what's going on here. You basically just parrot Nathan Oakley and Sleeping Warrior, Riley. And I've just addressed, I think, twice now, maybe 3 times. I actually lost count because, you know, derping has some kind of effect on me when I basically don't like to repeat myself. But you flat earthers somehow want to repeat everything like some kind of cult light. I mean, it is rather ridiculous. You think only the Earth is the object in space which is able to make star trails when you're standing on it. Anything that rotates in space is able to do that. And like I said, the ISS is orbiting, and always has to have the same orientation towards the surface of the planet. So it is also rotating on its axis. Not hard to grasp. Well, not for normal people or honest people, right, Oakley? I mean, when you got a flerf, you have to lie. Also, did Riley just claim that if you jump up into the air, you stop moving with the Earth's rotation? It's the helicopter lifting off and hovering in place all over again, isn't it, right? My god, you guys don't evolve, do you? How many times do we have to slap you around for this? I mean, at some point, being this willfully ignorant, it borderlines on masochism, I guess.
So when you're in the International Space Station, you're going to be orbiting the Earth. You're going to get linear velocity. But you're not going to get circumpolar star trails. Explain that, matey.
Meaty? Meaty. Matey? Do I even have to correct you on your own language there, Riley? My word, you people are dense. Pun, in this case, so intended. Even if, contrary to popular belief, I don't do puns. Well, I guess I deserve that.
These points alone debunk this image.
Wait, what? Did he say what the... Oh, good god.
But to go any further, we need to beg the question that there is a globe and the ISS is travelling around it.
Uh-huh. Oh, wait. That's actually a fair point. Good job.
At 17,000 miles per hour, which is one orbit every 90 minutes. But by judging by the length of the star trails, it would have taken over an hour to get this footage.
Really? So it makes one orbit in 90 minutes, and then you're gonna say it takes an hour to make this star trail of about... Well, let's have a look, shall we? Because I think it's a lot less. It's kinda amusing. Every time a flerf makes a good point accidentally, they always fuck it up in the next sentence. I mean, did you just use the Earth's rotational speed of one rotation every 24 hours compared to the ISS's orbital speed of one orbit every 90 minutes? Because I think I have some bad news for you, buddy.
By which time, the ISS should have completed almost a full orbit of the globe.
Oh no. Oh no. So you are actually claiming it should be an almost circular star trail. But that's not how the orbit of the ISS works. Let me just put this on screen real quick, because this has to be... Oh boy, this is gonna be real painful. I told you it's gonna be painful, Mitchell. Can't say I didn't warn you. So let's have a look here. This is about the circular pattern to one of the more defined star trails. Now, if we were to have a look at what the angle is of the actual star trail, we get an angle of 22.57 degrees. Now let's do a simple calculation to get the time it would need for the ISS to get a star trail of said 22.57 degrees. Don't worry, Mitchell, it's actually really easy. So since we know the time it takes for one orbit, we know the actual angle of the star trail, and we know that 360 degrees is a full orbit, we can in fact simply take the 22.57 degrees, multiply it by 90 minutes for the ISS to do a complete orbit, or in other words, a 360 degrees rotation, which will give you 2031.3. Now all we have to do is divide that by the full orbit of 360 degrees, or in other words, 2031.3 divided by 360. Which gives us a value of 5.6425 minutes, which is just over 5.5 minutes for this picture to be taken from the ISS. Now, Mitchell, I don't know, that seems a lot less time than your alleged 90 minutes you pulled from thin air. You know, sometimes when you want to have values for something, you actually have to, calculate the values. Also, let's have a look at the obvious mistake you made, you silly flerf you. So if we replace the 90 minutes with 24 hours, or 1440 minutes, which is, in case you missed it, Mitchell, that's the Earth's rotational speed, one day is 24 hours or 1440 minutes. So that would be 22.57 times 1440, which we will divide by 360, giving us a value of just over 90 minutes, 90.32 minutes. That is, if this picture was taken from Earth's surface. Well, Mitchell. That was way too easy, but obviously still way too hard for flat earthers. How in the holy hell is it possible to be this pathetic while so confident in your arrogant ignorance? Come the hell on, flerfs. This is too damn basic to get wrong. Yet here we are. Oh no, would you look at the time? It's Dunning-Kruger o'clock already.
There is no way those stars are still going to be in the frame of the camera by the time the ISS gets all the way around the other side of the globe.
All apart from, it not taking 90 minutes for this picture to be taken because I just did the calculations and you're full of horseshit. Ah, so that is what that smell was.
But what else can we see in this image? Well, let's look at the ground. There are some very clear, distinct lights. Whether they're cities or lightning, they are still motionless. But right next to them, and running through them, there are light trails from the ground.
Yep, that is actually what happens when you move while doing a time-lapse. But I'm sure you're gonna screw it up.
Remembering that this footage had to be taken for over an hour, covering the majority of the globe's surface, it's not possible to have those stationary lights there, right next to light trails.
You know, at this point, it's like, you don't even try. I mean, the little smug snicker in your voice I'm detecting. Is that some kind of arrogance about your stupidity? Because that's not something to be proud of, Mitchell. All of this could have been avoided if only you did some of that research you guys keep going on about. But hell, if you have no idea what you're supposed to research or how stuff works, it's pretty hard to do the research, isn't it? Because in essence, you are merely a parrot flerf. You read what others had done and you took the next step. You don't take any responsibility. Well, flerfs and responsibility. I do apologize, flerf. Flerfs are, after all, gonna flerf, and there's nothing we can do about it.
So does anyone still believe that this image is real? Well, the lies don't stop there from SciManDan. Because look down the left-hand corner.
Oh, for fuck's sake. If you're gonna say that satellite trail is going to be a bloody plane... Oh boy, you're gonna... Oh, let's see. Let's just see. I'll be just waiting for the impact.
There's even plane trails. Yes, plane trails. From 250 miles up.
Huh. You did it. You crazy son of a bitch. You did it. Hey Mitchell, you do realize that airplanes have little lights on it to actually see which side is which, and so you actually know which way it is coming, if a plane is coming towards you or going away. You know the red and green lights on the tips of the wing? Meaning, if you do a time-lapse of a plane at night, you see those little green and red dots at an interval along the path it took. I mean, a simple Google search would have saved you there, but, you know, research, flat earth research, is that even a thing? It's just something you guys say, but don't do. I mean, look at this. See what I mean?
So regardless if the globe is real or not, this image is 100% faked. It is fraudulent from SciManDan. He is blatantly lying to everyone.
Well, the only response to this is a very immature one. But hey, it's right up your alley. No, you.
And deceiving you all on every level possible.
Why you gotta lie, buddy? Why do you guys have to... Oh yeah, wait, the earth is not flat, so you have to lie to actually, you know, appease... Well, you're not really lying to appease your followers, because you are following the guys who... do appease their followers. You're nothing more than a follower. A little parrot boy. Well, Mitchell. That might even be more pathetic.
Either you can see this SciManDan and admit it is a fake image, or just double down on it, like all your other globe proof that we've been debunking since you've been making videos.
Huh. It's pretty amazing that the Dunning-Kruger effect is a very apt description of you lot. I mean, you keep saying you debunk us while being debunked and even sometimes debunking yourself. At some point, the mountains of evidence thrown at you, it will crush you. But somehow you guys go subterranean with your rabbit holes, digging even deeper. But hey, no matter how deep you dig, Mitchell, reality is never gonna serve your narrative. And let's be honest here, this is not even your narrative. This is other people's narrative, you're just parroting. Oh, really? I was just gonna do the Spiffy Comment. For fuck's sake, making me walk back and shit. So, let's do the Spiffy Comment, shall we? Before the cannon crew is gonna shoot me off screen again. Well, we have arrived on the watch page. SciManDan with Mitchell from Australia. 1400, that's a lot of comments. Holy hell. It's a nice almost 50% dislike-like ratio. What happened? Don't people like you, Mitchell? Well, I mean, seriously, is there some kind of problem there? Anyway, let's do the Spiffy Comment, shall we? Make some room there, because it needs to be on the screen, of course. Oh no, Nathan. I mean, Riley. Oh wait, well you can't blame me, Mitchell from Australia. You parrot those two sillies so well. I was a tad bit confused as to who I was dealing with. Those two rank below Mr. Pratt, so you have very low-level heroes to look up to. Hey, let's see here. You wanted to have a go at good old Dan of the SciMan clan. It's so original with your SciManDan quip. Fits well with the immaturity levels of flerfs. But let's have a look at some of the claims you just made. First of all, your star trails are around 22 degrees. Meaning that for the ISS its orbital period of 90 minutes, the ISS star trails image took around 5.5 minutes. You silly, you used the Earth's rotational time it takes for one full rotation on its axis, didn't you? And those little satellite trails, those aren't planes. Planes have tiny red and green lights on them. I don't see them in there, do you? Well, maybe you do. I mean, flerfs either have to lie or are so damn delusional, it's kinda sad, really. Anyways, anything else you brain farted into your video, I've slapped all of that nonsense around in my Order of the Sillies video. And guess what, Mitchell? You are now up for judgment to become a jester in the Order of the Sillies, as per my sub's judgment. Neat, huh? Well, you shouldn't have touched my Dan, you filthy peasant flerf. I do, however, wish you luck with the upgrading of your social status in life by becoming a jester in my order. Have a good one. Cheers, mate. So, let's comment that real quick, and let's have a look. Let's oogle the pretties, and the pretties are pretty, as usual. Now that's a spiffy comment, if I do say so myself. And on that note, this silly might be too silly. Or not. It all depends on you Spiffy's judgments after all. There will be a link in the description and in the chatty bit to the poll on the community page where you can sentence Mitchell from Australia to either become a jester in the Order of the Sillies or have him sent back out into the wild. Or should I say outback. Have fun with that and remember to stay spiffy. Tickle the bell and all things around it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. SciManDan, LieManDan. I mean, what's next? Ragical?